Yeah, first of all, our players saw the movie Creed 2, I think it is, right? Wednesday night after our Thanksgiving dinner. And I promise you I was not in the movie. We're trying to duplicate, look like I guess somebody bumped into Stanley. Stanley hit me with his helmet out there in the field, so I'll gladly take a little cut. That's no big deal. Then the other thing too, I'm not a big shopper, but today's Black Friday. I'm smart enough to know that was in the paper this morning. And for us, this is a black and gold Friday. You know, it's just a really, we've really enjoyed playing these Friday games at the end of the season. I think it's a great tradition, and you know, just really pleased with the way our guys performed today. You know, it was a hard-fought win out there, physical game, tough game. We knew it was going to be a tough game. We're playing a team that's got a lot of good players. They're very well coached, and they've had a lot of momentum this past 6 weeks. They've really been playing well, so we knew there was going to be nothing easy about this thing. And the bottom line is, you know, the games get decided on the field. It's all about performance, what players do out on the field. And I thought our guys really did a good job starting Sunday, getting ready, way to speed up the preparation. They prepared very well all week. They were really focused, and not being in school can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. But I thought our guys really showed maturity. They really prepared well, and then they showed up kickoff. Really for the 12th time this season, they showed up and played, and they competed. And you know, today we had to compete right to the very end. It was a really tremendous outcome. So really happy for our seniors, and you know, can't say enough about them. I've been talking about them all season long. I feel even stronger now, and maybe as much as anything, you know, for a moment like at the end there with Miguel, to me it kind of represents what's great about sports. And it's fitting that he was a senior. You know, he just had one of his more disappointing moments of his career. Minutes before that, and then he came out and nailed that field goal at the end. So, just, you know, really pleased for him, and I think that's representative of the whole senior class. I'll throw it out for questions.
You guys were trying to drum off sides. Nate said when he went to the sideline after you guys called timeout, he didn't know what was going to happen. When did you guys make the decision to try to go for it?
We had a play we felt good about, which is what we ran, and so we just decided we're going to do that. And if we hadn't got the look we were hoping for, then we would have called the timeout and pumped the ball away. But yeah, matched up, and then, you know, like everything else, it gets down to execution. Our players did a great job blocking the blitz. TJ got open, and Nick gave him a great ball, and that was it.
What is it like for coach? I asked some of the players, what's it like when you get that look? What's it like for you guys when you get the look you want?
And it works.
And it works.
It's great. No, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's what you work hard for, and there's so much precision and so much detail that goes into a play like that. So, you know, the guys have done a good job. And then, you know, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. And we got it, and you know, pulled the trigger, and those guys did a great job. So that's the difference between winning and losing.
Coach, your first three scoring drives, 11 plays, 13 plays, 15 plays. What does that do for confidence of the offense?
You know, if you can draw them up, that's the way you draw them up. It was just really impressive. I think it started up front. Our guys up front did a really nice job. You know, giving everybody else a chance to do what they're supposed to do. And then the other part, you know, both our backs ran really well. I thought Torrin ran hard. He always does, a lot of energy, and it's really been fun and enjoyable to watch Mackay continue to grow. And, you know, you guys probably feel the same. I mean, you look at him, he doesn't look like anything special. He doesn't look that big. He doesn't look this or that. But this guy's just a really good player. He's deceptively good. I think deceptively strong when he runs the ball. And on top of it, he's about as, you know, good young guys we got on our football team. So that was really good.
Do you leave the kicker alone in moments like that? He's got enough voices in his head, or?
I just said something quickly to him as he went on the field, and we knew they would try to ice him. At least we thought they might. But at that point, you know, just let him do what he does. And I don't think about kicking, so I mean, keep your head on, you know, eyes down. I know that, but wasn't much I could tell him was going to help him.
He said, of all your seniors, Sam Brinks and Parker Hesse, you know, been roommates. One came as a walk-on, and now they've played in the defensive line together. They've both made a lot of progress. Is that kind of Iowa football right there?
It really is, and you know, I was talking on the radio about Sam a little bit. You know, walk on, just, you know, good attitude, shows up every day on time, works hard. And then, you know, last year he played pretty good football for us, but it was during the spring where it's just like, this guy's really same thing as Mackay. I mean, this guy's a little better than we think he is, and you know, he ended up earning a starting job. So he's done a really good job as a football player, but he's also just an unbelievable person, great leader, just totally in, draws other people in, that type of deal. And then everything I just said about Sam, you know, amplified about Parker, you know, same thing, just you know, got thrown in before he was ready. you know, 4 years ago, and went out and competed as hard as he could. That championship game, he's playing against a first-round draft pick that, you know, but he fought hard and gave us a chance to win. So, yeah, he's just a tremendous young guy, and what a leader he is too, just in his own quiet way.
Coach, same thing with Jake Javas, the senior that, you know, kind of walked onto the team from a small school. What's his work ethic been like from the first day he stepped on the campus?
Yeah, you know, if I was a safety prospect, and we offered the safety prospect a scholarship, I wouldn't take it because we never planned any back there. So I was a walk-on guy like Jake, and it's pretty much the same story. You know, Reese Morgan identified him, much like Brett Greenwood, same region. Considine, you know, Reese went on charge of Considine, but, you know, certain guys just kind of, you know, display some things, Pagel, and, you know, that's been Jake's story. He showed up, he's worked hard, you know, just one day at a time, ends up making his mark on special teams, and the next thing you know, he's in there a year ago, you know, maybe before his time. Got burned a little bit, which is kind of typical too of guys when they first play safety, but then he just kept on learning, and again, tremendous leader on top of it. So it's been a big part of our football team.
Did you have to be talked into the fake field goal?
No. I mean, we came in thinking aggressive, you know, and just like that fourth down call. You know, if you see it on film and you think it's there, and then you see it in practice and it looks good, then you go with it. And if it doesn't look good, you don't go with it. But yeah, maybe we got greedy, but we were playing to win. That was our attitude in the first half too. We just didn't have an opportunity maybe to make that type of decision.
Is that more just a case Nebraska made a good play on that?
Yeah, they did. They did a good job defending it, and credit goes to them on that one.
As a coach, I mean, you're clearly opening yourself up to some second guessing or.
Yeah, it dawned on me in the fourth quarter, actually. I thought about that a little bit.
If you miss the.
Imagine getting second guess. That really happens?
No, if you, obviously, even if you get the look though.
Yeah, I mean, we were going
Give
for
it back
it.
here.
That's as
Yeah.
simple as that. You know, just it was an opportunity right there where we felt like we might be able to, you know, really push this thing through. Week one, to their credit, they made the stop, and then they came right back. And, you know, we got a 3-and-out, then they hit their, it was a gutsier call than any of them today. And it paid off for them. Then they drove the ball, and that's really when the momentum swung.
How about, the last time you got a cut in your face, I think was the 14 season?
It's a lot better, yeah. First of all, there won't be any stitches on this one, and then secondly, I'm happy as hell today. So
Did you have any?
it'd be really hard to screw my day up at this point, as long as I get home safely.
Any Nebraska 2014 flashbacks though? I mean, because this
No.
game.
No, not even remotely close. No, I mean, that one's like, you know, in there permanently. That one's in there. That was a bad game on our part. You know, we just really played bad, and those stick with you.
Do you
It's not
think-
even close.
Do you think you go for the fourth down play 5-6 years ago? When did kind of that aggressive mindset take shape? Because obviously you give them the ball back on the 37. If you
Yeah, along the theme of the 14 season, that you know, it just kind of really caused us as a staff to really go back and talk about a lot of things, and we do every year. But I mean, we really dug deep on that one. So, you know, you just look at the world a little differently, and I mean, we still are who we are. The way we drove the ball this first time, I can play that way every series. I love it. But you know, you also want to give your team every chance to be successful. So we try to be smart about that. But there's no guarantees in this game ever about anything. So you know, you got to realize that, and you know, what they say, no biscuit, no risk it, or no risk it, no biscuit. It's Bruce Arians, right?
What's been the main difference in the running game the last couple of weeks, Coach? Why is it moving in the right direction?
Well, you know, I think our line continues to mature. They've really grown and gotten better. And the veteran guys inside, you know, Reynolds and Keegan and Ross, when you start the first names, those guys have really done a good job. And I thought, you know, from where I stand in the middle pick, those guys played really well. Banwar played pretty good today, and our tackles just keep climbing the ladder. So, and the backs ran hard. You know, it's just one of those days where it happened. But I'd like to do it every week.
Kirk, what's it mean
One or two more.
for your senior class to go out undefeated against Nebraska?
I think they're pleased about it, you know, and you know, the trophy games, you know, we got 3 out of 4 this year. Obviously, you'd like to win 4, but, you know, they take a lot of pride in all those things, and, you know, I think it's just, every game's important, you know, so these guys have just really worked hard. I guess the trophy obviously symbolizes the fact that you won the game, but, you know, bigger picture, I can't say enough about what these guys have done, and what we ask of them to do. They've delivered and then some, you know, starting since January. You know, it's evolved. I mean, it's grown, and, you know, they've improved as we've gone along, but they're a really good group of guys, and it's been a lot of fun to work with them. I'm glad we got one more month together.
Coach Nelson was saying that he's excited to play in a bowl game with warmer weather. Is there one that seems most likely at this point?
I got no idea, but I know it'll be warmer than last year. I'll make that prediction. I'll go on a limb and say that. So, yeah, we're all excited about that. And we had a great experience last year. I'm not minimizing that at all. It was a great experience, but yeah, we're looking forward to wherever they want to send us.
Coach, the theme for this year for the defensive line has been togetherness. How have you kind of seen that developed? And it really seems like today just kind of capped that togetherness.
Yeah, those guys, I mean, they're literally together all the time. I joked with them last night. I left snack. I kind of leave near the end, but they outweighted me. I asked them if they're going to start a card game. They're all sitting at the table there, eating ice cream or whatever they're eating. But they're like that. They really, but it's genuine too. It's genuine. They care about each other. They look after each other. They have fun together, but they also work hard together. And Reese and KB have done a really good job. Just continuing to pull these guys together.
How much does Coach Morgan fester that type of environment? Sam and Parker both got pretty emotional talking about it.
So, in my mind, like Reese he's a master coach. Everything he's done has been good. Probably one of my biggest mistakes in 20 years, not hiring him on the first staff. And I don't know who you would have hired him over, but, he did a tremendous job at West, did a tremendous job at Denton, and it's just been consistent. Everything we've asked him to do, whether it's the tight ends, offensive line, taking Joe Feldman's job, which was no easy task. Joe was an excellent coach, and then I went to him about going to the defensive line a couple years back. I felt like we needed some work there, and everywhere he goes, it's top quality. And if he was here, he'd deflect it to KB as well right away. Both those guys have worked really well with the players, and Reese to me is, I've always felt like the essence of coaching starts in high school. Like the best coaches I've ever been around, or either continue to be high school coaches, or at least they had roots there, because that is education, and that's what coaching's all about. So to me, Reese embodies all those things. He's been great. Does a lot of other things well too, but boy, he's an excellent coach.
When you take a shot like that, do you buy some credibility with your players?
Well, you hope so. I mean, that's what you're trying to tell them. Is that, we think you're going to do it. And the other part of the equation was I was confident we'd get a stop.
Oh, I mean, your face.
Oh, this one? No. I'm not one of them. Believe me. I'm not a pretender. I don't run with our players. I don't do any of that stuff.
The question you thought you heard was better than the one I asked.
Okay.
Coach, you
There you go.
talked about this Black Friday tradition, loving playing these games. Obviously, it's been away for a few years before coming back. Can you tell me your thoughts on how it's been and what you look forward to down the road?
Well, I just at this time of year, I like it. If it was our opening game, I'd be fine with it too, because then you'd have a chance to have an extra day for the next one. But it's just, to me, it's something. I guess when I was in the NFL, it's kind of funny. I heard Brett Favre talking probably maybe a week ago Thursday. I don't know. He was on the radio on NFL Network talking about short games. So I think from a coaching standpoint, it forces us to be a little bit more concise and not have too many good ideas. And then the players really have to wire in on it. If you've got a mature team, you got a chance. If your team's not so mature, then it maybe isn't a great deal. But we've kind of learned to enjoy it. It was new to us in 11, I guess, when we started this. But it's like anything else. It all gets down to the players. They got to take it in, then they got to go out and play. And just happy with our guys doing that.
Thanks,
Well,
everyone.
You guys have already had.